guys. I made this video yesterday, but since then my good friend Ken from Speed Addict 731, him and his buddies were working on his car. They had it on a dyno, but there was a serious fire, and Ken and those guys were able to get out. You know, Ken's pretty well beat up. He's burned. I talked to him last night. He's okay. His spirits are down. You know, his car is destroyed. So he's got a little bit of a recovery ahead of him. Now, I know Ken. I talk to him all the time. He's been very instrumental in helping me with my car and some of the things I'm going through. So he's a really great guy. He's a dedicated family man. But he also loves his channel. It's something that he really loves and he really loves to do. But he's going to be down and out for a while, and he's not going to be able to do that. And since his car was destroyed in the fire, you know, he's going to have to reorganize and change a few things. But in the meantime, what we could do for Ken is go to his channel, view his videos, you know, click on the playlist, view the videos. He's got some of the best content on the web, and that'll keep his channel alive, you know, in the meantime, until Ken, you know, can be back in the saddle. So yeah, so get well, Ken. We're looking forward to your return. What's happening, everybody? Al here, coming at you with an update on the build, the 2018 Mustang. So, but before I go into that, guys, I want to thank all of you for posting your comments. You've been very helpful. I've gotten a lot of ideas from you guys with regard to what to do with my car. You know, should I sell it? Should I, you know, should I build it? Even some people are suggesting that I should bring it back to Ford and have them fix it. You know, guys, there's a reason why I don't want to bring it back to Ford. You know, I'm told that I could do that, and I've, you know, contacted counsel, and I've been advised that I absolutely could go after Ford. If these engines have a history of problems, there's a very good likelihood that this problem would have happened whether I had the supercharger on it or not. So yeah, I could go after Ford. But in the end, if Ford did fix the car, I would end up with a stock engine, and that's really not what I want to do. So, you know, it would be a fight, and it would be a lengthy thing, but I could have Ford fix the car. But I'm definitely not going that way, because my feeling about that is, if I was to have Ford put a motor in the car, I'm going to end up in the same boat in a very short period of time. So I'm probably, in fact, I'm most definitely not going to go that way. So, some interesting things have happened since last week. The guy who was going to buy the car, that didn't go so well. The negotiations pretty much didn't work out. Guy's a little bit of a wise guy, and things just didn't work out. But somebody else approached me and made basically the same offer for the car. Now, the second guy is one of those guys that goes out to auctions, and he looks around for cars down there. And basically what he does is he's got lists of cars from the entities that he works for, you know, the hot cars that he's out to look for. And he pretty much let the cat out of the bag that he's out looking for specifically the Gen 3 Coyote powered Mustangs with blown engines. And, you know, he basically kind of didn't want to tell me exactly what that was all about, but they expect that to happen. That's what that's all about. And since I didn't really put my car up for sale, you know, when I got people approaching me to buy the car, you know, I found that very interesting. So, you know, people are watching me on YouTube. These guys are from out of state, and they're approaching me. They want to buy the car. So it seems like this is something that's going on sort of behind the scenes. That the poachers are out there looking for these cars with blown engines because they expect them to show up at the auctions. And you know, I'm probably not going to go that way. I'm probably not going to, you know, sell the car. I'm thinking that, you know, this is a hot car. It's one of those cars, you love it and you hate it at the same time. You know, you love the car, you love everything about it. You just hate the engine because it, you know, in my case, it let me down. So, you know, that's kind of how I feel about this car. Now, one viewer posted a comment on the channel that he suggested to put a Gen 2 Coyote in the car. Now, that's something that I hadn't considered. You know, that idea just never dawned on me. But it sounded like a good idea. So, so I started to look into it. Now, this is really not my avenues of knowledge here. So I called on a friend, Ken, from Speed Addict 731. A lot of you guys know Ken. He's a Ford tech. He's a very bright guy. And he's got a great channel with great content, so you might want to go over there and check him out. But I had a lot of conversations with Ken about putting a Gen 2 Coyote in the car. And what we found is that the Gen 2 will fit right in. No problem. You could bolt it right in. You might have to do some changes to the fuel system to disconnect the DI, but that's about it. So that was all looking good. And why would you put a Gen 2 in there anyway, right? Well, the Gen 2s are tried and true. They're very durable. People have been supercharging them for a long time. You can make a lot of power out of them, even in stock form. And those engines are easily available. You could call up one of these Mustang supply houses and buy an engine, complete engine, long block, whatever it is that you want. Bolt it into the car and you're good to go. The problem came up when it came down to tuning. There is no tune file for a Gen 2 in a Gen 3 car. So to have somebody write a new tune for a car, for a package like that, that would be pretty pricey. I've talked to a couple of tuners, a couple of guys that I work with, and I'm told that it wasn't quote unquote impossible, but it would be hours and hours and hours of work to try to get a Gen 2 to run in an 18 and up Mustang. So with that, it didn't seem to be cost effective, and that pretty much is not a possibility for my car. But, thinking it through, to put a built motor in the car, in my opinion, is probably the best way to own one of these cars. If you want to put boost on it, or if you want to put turbos on it, if you want to make big power, chances are you're going to have problems with the stock engine. At least that's the experience that I've had. So being in the position that I'm in, I want to keep the car. I want to turn up the boost. I want to make something like 800, 850 at the crank. So I'm going to be looking for a built motor to get this car back up and running. So I appreciate all your help, guys, and it's been great. I'll be back in touch in another week or so with an update, so stay tuned. There's a lot more to come. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later.